Netizens in mainland China have found a way to remember Yu Menglong that's as unique as it is. Heartbreaking fans worldwide have launched a memorial bench campaign that's now popping up everywhere. On the flip side, Fan Shiki, who's been accused of being an accomplice in the whole ordeal, is facing a massive boycott. Word is, TV stations in Taiwan have already pulled the plug on his contracts. But the entertainment world has been hit by more than just that. Top actress Dilraba was reportedly abandoned by her own agency in a Middle Eastern war zone, and the rumors behind why are starting to leak. Then there's a stand-up comedian whose Weibo account was nuked just for venting about having to cook for her husband while she was sick. From the death of Yu Menglong to these seemingly random headlines, there's actually one very clear thread connecting them all. A thread that links the cold-heartedness of big capital, the arrogance of the elite, and the government's iron grip on public opinion. Hi guys, Sean here, and welcome back. Today, we're peeling back the layers on how the elite handle those they consider disposable, and how ordinary people are fighting back in the most quiet yet powerful ways. We're looking at the silent resistance in China, and the dark side of stardom that most people never see, because you never know how deep this hole goes. Under the heavy hand of government censorship and crackdowns, netizens in mainland China can't just take to the streets to protest. They don't even have the freedom to speak their minds on Weibo. So, what do? They choose to weave those memories into their daily routines, into the simplest, most fundamental parts of life. Recently, a 36-year-old food blogger from Guangdong opened a pastry shop called Meng Bakery. She shared that she's loved baking for a decade, but never had the nerve to make it her profession. It was Yu Menglong who gave her that courage and strength. Moving forward, she wants to keep his presence alive in every cake she bakes. On the shop's business cards it says, "Beyond grateful for the love you've given, it is truly a blessing." On the left, there's a cute cartoon illustration of Yu Menglong holding a cake paired with a quote that has touched millions. "Born as a human, live toward the light." Every bun and pastry sold at this shop comes with Yu Menglong's cartoon character. Not only that, the narration in their promo videos feels like a soft blade cutting straight to the heart of those who did him wrong. In the titles of those videos, they wrote this: "We just want the truth. We just want justice. That's it. The place we can no longer visit is called home, and that home is my obsession. When the new year comes, will you still be there? Or will you have forgotten?" Even on Valentine's Day, they wrote, "Happy Valentine's Day, Meng. I have no roses and no peach blossoms." Every sentence is a reminder. Every word is a strike against forgetting. This is the brilliance and the grit of ordinary people in China. You can silence my voice, but I'll use bread, cakes, and my entire life to prove he was here and that he'll live on in our hearts. This power isn't just moving in the shadows of mainland China. Abroad, it has surged into a force as vast as the ocean. As we've reported before, concerned netizens from Iceland to the UK, France to Australia have crowdfunded memorial park benches for Yu Menglong. Even in a national park in Indonesia, a sandalwood tree was planted specifically in his memory. And now, this wave has reached North America. Thanks to a major push from two dedicated netizens, a memorial bench for Yu Menglong will soon be unveiled at Emeryville Marina Park, a well-known spot in California. Not to be outdone, Beverly Hills in the Los Angeles area is also getting its own. Meanwhile, in Canada, a fundraiser for a similar bench started by a female netizen has already reached about 35%. From a bakery in Guangdong to the California coastline, from a sandalwood tree in Indonesia to the park benches of Europe. The harder the government tries to bury the facts, the more the public's memory grows like wildflowers, stubbornly blooming again every time the spring breeze hits. According to the stats, the number of global petition signers demanding justice for Yu Menglong is currently nearing a staggering 770,000 people. If remembering is a soft form of resistance, then a boycott is the most tangible weapon we have. Rumors are circulating online that Yu Menglong died during an illicit party involving 17 people. Behind this incident, big names are being dragged in, from the princelings of China's ruling elite and powerful investors to money laundering syndicates, unspoken rules, and various other dark secrets. Meanwhile, actor Fan Shiki has been singled out by netizens as one of the suspects allegedly involved in Yu Menglong's death. Faced with these gruesome and bloody accusations, Fan Shiki's camp has yet to provide a convincing explanation, and the authorities haven't launched any official investigation into the case. Because of this, outraged fans launched a massive boycott movement. Their slogan is harsh and uncompromising: anyone associated with Fan Shiki is an accomplice. As it turns out, this netizen-led boycott has secured another victory. Recently in Taiwan, the Future Drama Channel originally planned to air the 2020 drama starring Fan Shiki, Qing Qing Zi Jin, on March 9th. As soon as the news broke, Yu Menglong's fans in Taiwan reacted fiercely. They launched protests and sent mass emails to the TV station, demanding a total boycott. Netizens were recently shocked to see a sudden change in the TV schedule. Qing Qing Zi Jin, which was supposed to air from 10 p.m. to midnight on March 9th, was pulled at the last minute and replaced by another drama titled Immortal Samsara. Back in mainland China, the wave of boycotts is just as powerful. Due to intense public backlash, Fan Shiki's concerts were abruptly cancelled, brands he endorsed immediately cut ties, and even his past dramas haven't escaped the boycott. But the most shocking incident happened on January 21st of this year, when the city of Yibin in Sichuan held an official government event called China's Good Samaritan List. The organizers invited Fan Shiqi as a guest of honor. He had even made it onto the stage for rehearsals on the 22nd. Once that leaked, the event's live stream and related social media platforms were swarmed by tens of thousands of comments from furious netizens. Their messages were savage, slapping the organizers right in the face. Don't insult the words "good person" and drag that killer off the stage. Under the crushing weight of public opinion that hit like a tidal wave, the organizers finally had no choice but to ask Fan Shiki to leave the premises immediately. This move had netizens cheering, feeling like a rare moment of justice had been served. After all, having an artist caught in a murder controversy and questioned by so many people arrogantly standing on the stage of the China's Good Samaritan list, that's not just irony, it's an insult to the public's intelligence. Let's look back at Yu Menglong. During his life, he was known for being incredibly professional, kind-hearted, and a devoted son. The fact that he was blackballed just for having the guts to refuse the unspoken rules of powerful investors has broken the hearts of many. The tragedy that befell Yu Menglong has opened all our eyes to just how bloodthirsty the forces of capital and power can be, hiding behind the glitz and glamour of the entertainment world. But if you think it's only the small-time artists, those who dare to cross the elite, who get stepped on, you're wrong. In the eyes of the big investors, even A-list stars are nothing more than tools that can be tossed aside at any moment. Let's talk about the story that's gone viral over the past few days: Dilraba being stranded in Dubai. Dilraba herself is, without a doubt, a top-tier actress with some of the highest popularity in mainland China. She was originally officially invited to attend Dior's massive Autumn/Winter 2026 show at Paris Fashion Week in France. Then, on March 3rd, her studio suddenly dropped a statement saying that due to force majeure, unavoidable circumstances, Dilraba couldn't make it to Paris and was forced to miss the show. The studio tried to play it cool, telling fans that the actress and her team were staying safe together and asking everyone not to worry. It sounds like a typical unavoidable accident, but fans quickly realized there was something much darker going on. In fact, news of Dilraba being stuck in Dubai had already been leaked by netizens on the ground as early as February 28th, nearly 3 days before the official statement came out. So, what actually happened on February 28th? On that day, the United States and Israel launched a joint airstrike against Iran. Iran immediately retaliated, striking back at U.S. military facilities located in the Gulf states of the Middle East. Dubai, the #1 business hub in the UAE, instantly transformed from a luxury paradise into a war zone. Flight schedules were in total chaos, all flights were grounded, and Dilraba was left trapped in a high-risk area that could be hit at any time for over 24 hours. But what really made fans livid, and what felt incredibly suspicious, was this. There are clear, direct flights from Shanghai to Paris. So why did the studio book such a high-risk transit route through Dubai for her? It gets crazier. The studio was apparently running a double standard. They arranged for Dilraba to transit through Dubai, while the rest of the team, the makeup artists, the photographers, were booked on direct flights to Paris. This means that while the fires of war were erupting, the staff flew to safety, leaving their own star stranded alone in a war zone in a terrifying situation. This revelation made fans explode. They're demanding answers. Why wasn't a direct flight booked? Travel warnings had been out for ages, so why was this route forced? Was this really just a technical error? Online, a much more shocking theory has started to circulate. Dilraba's agency is Jaywalk Multimedia, the company co-founded by Yang Mi. Dilraba has been under contract with them since her debut in 2013. However, since her senior, Yang Mi, announced her departure from Jaywalk, the public has been watching Dilraba's fate closely. Will she stay or will she go? This year, rumors surfaced that Dilraba's 3-year contract with Jaywalk officially ended on February 26th, and word is both sides decided not to renew. Reports suggest that since Yang Mi left, the friction between the company and Dilraba has been getting worse by the day. Some even describe their relationship as having turned into a total vendetta. Netizens are now connecting the dots, concluding that this abandonment in a war zone was likely a calculated move, a form of revenge, or a cleaning house operation by Jaywalk Multimedia against Dilraba, timed perfectly with the end of her contract. Even though Jaywalk previously denied the contract termination rumors, the studio's negligence toward Dilraba has been a pattern for a long time. From failing to provide warm clothes during extreme winter shoots to her high heels snapping on stage, nearly causing a serious fall, and even her passport being left behind in Japan only to be found by a random netizen. Just imagine, someone like Dilraba, a megastar who wowed the world with her Xinjiang dance at the Lunar New Year Gala and is rumored to lead Stephen Chow's new film, Shaolin women's soccer is still just an ant in the eyes of the power players. She can be dumped in a war zone and left to fend for herself. If that's how they treat her, what about Yu Menglong? Someone without a powerful background who refused to play along with their corruption. What kind of hellish treatment did he have to endure when facing the hidden force of capital and the ruling elite?
Hey everyone, before we dive into the video, we want to announce that we're launching a brand new segment called Trace Your Story. For this segment, you can send us a real-life story you've experienced, from horror and cheating to crime or any other true story you have. Send us your story at Sean Varel, traceyourstory@gmail.com, using this format. Email subject, trace your story. Story title, your title here. Tell us your experience in as much detail as possible. Feel free to include any supporting photos or evidence if you have them. Optional contact, your WhatsApp number or another way we can reach you for more information. Don't worry, you can absolutely send your story anonymously if you prefer. We'll do our best to create a video and tell your experience. I'm really looking forward to your emails, and who knows, your story might be the very first one featured on Trace Your Story. Don't forget to submit your stories. I'll be waiting and can't wait to read them.
If Dilraba's harrowing ordeal showed us just how arrogant big capital can be, then what happens next is enough to make any ordinary person's skin crawl. Do you have any idea how far the CCP's control over public opinion goes these days? It's reached a point where simply venting about the daily grind is enough to get you completely silenced. On February 27th of this year, Xiao Pa, a female comedian of Uyghur descent from Xinjiang, was officially banned from posting content on Weibo. Sina Weibo's official account, Weibo Sha, even released an announcement citing documents from the Cyberspace Administration of China, CAC, regarding a campaign called 2026 Cyber Cleansing, creating a joyful and harmonious online environment for the Lunar New Year. In that announcement, Xiao Pa was publicly blasted for allegedly spreading information that incites gender conflict and fuels fear of marriage and anxiety over having children. So, what exactly were the forbidden words she said that were deemed so dangerous? What did she actually say? On February 5th, she posted a status on Weibo that went like this: "I've been stuck in bed with a fever at home for 2 days. It suddenly hit me if I had a husband and a kid right now, I'd probably have to drag myself up while leaning against the wall just to go and cook for them." All because of that one sentence, a simple vent about single life, wrapped in a bit of self-deprecating sarcasm. Xiao Pa is a comedian who went all in on stand-up back in 2020. As a young woman with 134,000 followers, she consistently uses black humor to dissect everything from the dilemmas women face to generational family trauma. Last June, her profile skyrocketed after she did a set about her father's 6 marriages in the 2nd season of stand-up comedy and Friends. Back then, she dropped a line that went viral: "In this world, it's not a given that a man will love me, but it's a guarantee that a man will hit me." She has also been open about the pain of her parents' divorce and her battle with depression, which resonated deeply with many young people. So why, over just one sentence about cooking for a husband, was she silenced by the authorities? The answer: because in 2026, China is facing skyrocketing unemployment and a sluggish economy. Young people can't afford to marry and are terrified of having kids. The internet is flooded with raw complaints like, "Marriage takes your life, kids leave you bankrupt." Instead of fixing the economy, the CCP regime launched a special operation to ban anti-marriage and anti-child campaigns. They're trying to muzzle the public to boost birth rates. In the eyes of the government, these real-life struggles are seen as negative energy and an attempt to manipulate public opinion. Netizens are grieving and asking, how can they be this sensitive? Are we back in the dark ages where words alone can get you imprisoned? If this continues, what's the future for stand-up in China? The party is a taboo topic, and now relations between men and women are off limits too. So, what's left? Are comedians only allowed to talk about how bad America is and how perfect China is? From House Li Haoxi, who was crushed for quoting Xi Jinping's military jargon, to Meng Chuan, who lost his job for supporting the White Paper movement. And now this, even a sarcastic joke about daily life can get your account nuked. Their threshold for tolerance has officially hit 0. But this isn't an isolated incident. Just a few days ago, on March 2nd, a traditional Shang comedian named Jia Shuming uploaded a video to Bilibili titled, "If We Spoke the Truth." During the Lunar New Year, he performed a sketch satirizing corruption among officials. It was packed with biting dialogue using terms like 5-3 degree mineral water as a code for expensive Maotai liquor, and mocking civil service recruitment that prioritizes badminton tournament winners, a direct slap at the privilege of officials and tailor-made job openings for their cronies. The public loved it, but within hours of the upload, the platform forcibly took it down, and Jia Shuming's account was permanently banned. Forbidden from speaking the truth, forbidden from making jokes, and even forbidden from crying out against injustice, this is the bitter reality we're facing. From the horrific tragedy of Yu Menglong, where the truth is still buried, to the mass boycott of Fan Shiqi. From Dilraba being heartlessly abandoned in a war zone by her investors, to Xiao Pa and Jia Suming, whose mouths were sewn shut over a few honest words and satirical jokes. We are witnessing the absurd yet very real face of the Chinese entertainment industry, and the invisible giant hand controlling everything from behind the curtain. In this system, artists are just tools for big capital to wash money and toys for the ruling elite. And those investors? They're nothing more than white gloves for those who hold the actual throne of power. The moment you lose your market value or dare to break their taboos, it doesn't matter if you're a rising star or a megastar at your peak. There is only one end waiting for you, to be silenced forever. However, in today's episode, I don't want to end on a note of despair. Because we can still see that Meng bakery. We see the memorial benches scattered across Europe, America, and even Indonesia. We see Qing Zijin being pulled from the airwaves in Taiwan. As long as there are people making cakes with his smiling cartoon face, as long as people are engraving his name into park benches, as long as we refuse to watch the work of those with blood on their hands, this airtight wall will eventually crack and crumble. Power can delete posts and block accounts, but they can never erase the kindness in the human heart, and they will never silence the human thirst for the truth. Even though Yu Menglong is gone, he's like a spark that lit a torch in the hands of many, opening their eyes to see the true face of this system. So, what do you tracers think about all of this? Do you believe Dilraba being abandoned was actually a calculated move for revenge by her agency? And are you confident that Yu Menglong's case will eventually see the light of day and the full truth be revealed? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you found today's episode eye-opening, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video far and wide. Every time you share this, you're fighting against the effort to make us forget. Every time you speak up, you're calling for the light. If you're still watching this, maybe you're looking for the same thing I am.